I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at Smitheetv in downtown Toronto. I'm here with producer, artist, performer Lisa Anita Wegner. Tell me a little bit about the benefits of being in trauma therapy and how that has helped spark this amazing artistic career.
The Women's College Hospital Trauma Therapy Program is amazing, and the first program that I was involved in there was actually called Speak Art Therapy. I was able to do 2 series of it. So for the first year in trauma therapy, I basically was in an art room at the hospital for most of the time. And and in there, I realized, because I was really, really ill. Like I had a caregiver for a while. I really couldn't do much for myself. And during that time, with just my laptop, so like the crappiest camera possible and the sound from my laptop, I was making what I realize now is the beginning of my therapy art. It was just for me to have sort of something to hold on to when your brain really is not working. And that, between that and then the active sort of push towards making art in trauma therapy, and also at the Gerstein Center, they were really big on me sort of holding on to my filmmaking roots to get through this. And so the therapy art that I started making, at first also I was just posting it on Facebook for my friends, so they knew that I was like okay, because I'd kind of gone missing. So that started getting noticed by programmers, and before I was even really out of bed, I got a call, and one of my personal pieces was picked up for the Phoenix Art Museum. And I went down there and also did a little sort of retrospective screening with Steve Weiss, the programmer. So as much as it was like a bunch of years of real hell, and it was terrifying a lot of the time and stuff, that avenue, I actually feel like it kind of saved my life, and now it's become my life.
And you've been at Nuit Blanche for several installations, which is an annual art fair sort of all around Toronto, for those who don't know. What's been the best part about being involved in Nuit Blanche and making some rather enormous exhibits that have garnered a lot of attention?
Thank you. Well, I guess the first part, that was the beginning of, because now I don't just work in film, I really do large-scale art installations, usually that kind of create worlds. So that was the beginning of it. And the queen of the parade, originally it wasn't that big, but when I got pulled into the curated section, they made her taller and taller and taller, and then I ended up being 26 feet tall by the end. So I guess that was also my first performance art piece, I feel like, where I really connected with, we had more than 1 million people at that corner that night, so it was just like ridiculous. But just to connect with that many people live really opened up something for me. I mean, this whole year I'm doing essentially performance art in film, and I would have never in a million years thought that I'd ever, like, performance artist has such a bizarre connotation, but essentially that's what I'm doing now, still always with the film in it. So for example, it had 10-foot video legs to give the sense of movement. But yeah, that large scale, that kind of reaching out through an art way, not a film way, was very freeing for me.
And the Queen of the Parade has been, put up on blogs and sites all over the world, Germany, Korea. What was it like for you as an artist and making this piece, seeing it sort of explode?
It was really surreal. I mean, even after we built it and I stood up there 20 feet tall, and I was actually terrified when I first went up. I was like, what on earth have I done? And yeah, the whole thing was really surreal, but it opened all these doors. Like now, basically this year I actually didn't get any of the applications that I applied for, but because of the Queen and those channels being open, I have this amazing year of work and collaborations. So it changed things. For now, I basically, I'm doing my work and I sort of post it and put it out there a little bit, and now things are sort of coming to me. So it feels like this crazy dream.
And as someone who's been a trauma survivor and has really made something, taken the therapy and really flourished from it, what advice would you give to other trauma survivors who might be in a similar situation that you were in?
I guess to really find something that you can hold on to and use that chance and it sounds so weird because it's such a terrible time, but I use that to really get to know myself and to really be honest and sort of use this as like almost like a second time round in a way, because you have to kind of put yourself together. And I think that, yeah, I would say just try to reframe it almost like a new beginning. And it's hard every day, and it's still hard for me now, but it's sort of a restarting and a resetting, and then to use that to really kind of do something and to know authentically what you're about and to move forward in a different kind of way, I guess. Yeah, and that not only can you just sort of like survive, but you can really thrive. That's a message I want to get across. Because yeah, I was told at some point I probably wouldn't work again. And it's true, I can't do my normal film production work with the reams of paperwork, but I have a much more fruitful career that I feel like is actually going somewhere now.
Great. And where's the best place for us to find out more information on you and all of your exciting work online?
I guess the hub is mightybraveproductions.com, or you can just Google Lisa Anita Wegner. I have lots of work samples online, and this year I have a whole bunch of gallery shows coming up, but you can find them on the website.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations, and best of luck with all of your upcoming projects.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto.